Hello friends, now we are starting example number 11 from miscellaneous exercise 6a. Observe the condition in this example. We have to find out the value of lambda so that equation of two lines are given to us, and these two lines are at right angle. Means two lines are at right angle means two lines are perpendicular to each other, and using this condition we have to find out which unknown value, lambda. So here lambda appears in this equation and question is to find out value of lambda, and we know that if two lines are perpendicular, at that time direction ratio satisfies which condition? A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 is equal to 0. So as it stand also, since lines are perpendicular, first let us try to find out direction ratio of both the lines, and since lines are perpendicular, then use this condition to find out our unknown value lambda. Means to apply this condition, first we will require direction ratio of both the line. Now from the equation of both the lines, first we are trying to find out direction ratios. Now we have considered here a first equation of first line. Now from this equation we are able to find out coordinate of one point also and direction ratios also. But to find out coordinate or to find out direction ratio, first we have to write down this equation in standard form. What is the equation? Cartesian equation in standard form: x minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to z minus z1 upon c. If the equation is written in this form, at that time we can say that equation is in standard form. Means if you will observe this equation, what is coefficient of x here? Plus 1. Here coefficient of y is also what? Plus 1, and here coefficient of z is also what? Plus 1. In the numerator, if the coefficients of x, y and z are plus 1, at that time according to this formula we can say that values in the denominator are direction ratios of the line. Now in this case, what is coefficient of x here? Minus 1. Here coefficient of y is 7. Here coefficient of z is what? 1. Means first our coefficients of x, y, z should be equals to what? 1, so that the values in the denominator can be considered as what? Direction ratio. चलो पहले यहाँ पे 1 लाना है हमें. As it stand, what is coefficient of x? Minus 1. To convert it into plus 1, I am dividing to numerator and denominator by minus 1. So let us divide to x by minus 1. Minus x upon minus 1 will be plus x. Then 1 upon minus 1 is minus 1. Since if we are dividing to numerator by minus 1, we will get this result, or in other word we can say that we are multiplying to numerator and denominator by minus. If we are multiplying by minus, this plus minus x will become plus x and plus 1 will become minus 1, and since we are multiplying to numerator, that's why we are multiplying to denominator also by minus. So what we will get here? Minus 3. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. This result we have got simply multiplying to numerator and denominator by what? Minus 1. As this stand, what is the important thing? Coefficient of x will be equals to what? 1. Now here coefficient of y is 7. Our aim is to convert it into what? Plus 1. And to convert it into plus 1, we are dividing to numerator and denominator by what? 7. So let us see what we will get if we are dividing to numerator by 7. So here if we are dividing by 7, 7 will get cancelled, we will get y. If I am dividing here by 7, we will get 2. 14 upon 7 will be equals to 2. And since we are dividing to numerator, so divide to denominator also by 7. So we will get 2 lambda upon 7. So what is coefficient of y here? 1. So if coefficient of x, y, z are 1, at that time values in the denominator are called as what? Direction ratios. Now if you will observe third term here, already the coefficient of z is equals to what? 1. So not necessary to simplify it. Now the equation is in this form, that's why we can say that values in the denominator are what? Direction ratios. So therefore direction ratios of line first are, so what are the direction ratios here? Minus 3, then 2 lambda upon 7, and what 2. In this way we have got direction ratios of the line. But now you are able to consider these as an values of what? A1, B1, C1. But if it does not like the fraction, so these are what? Direction ratios. Since these are the ratios, means we are able to cancel the common factor, means we are able to divide by any number, or we are able to multiply to it by any number. To eliminate this fraction, which is the number in the denominator 7, so we are multiplying to all the 3 terms by 7. Let us see what we'll get here. That is, if I am multiplying by 7, here we'll get 21. If I am multiplying by 7, 7 will get cancelled, remaining term is 2 lambda. If I am multiplying by 7, what will get here? 14. So let us denote these values by A1, B1, C1, and I am supposing that these A1, B1, C1 are nothing but direction ratios of first line. So direction ratio of first line are known to us. We have denoted it by A1, B1, C1. Simply we are multiplying by 7 here to eliminate the fractions, so that calculation part will become simple. Okay, now we are finding direction ratio of second line. So consider the equation of second line. Here also, what is the coefficient of x? -7, but our required coefficient is what? +1. So I am dividing to numerator and denominator by -7. So divide here by -7, -7x upon -7 is x. Divide here by -7, 7 upon -7 is -1. And in the denominator, if we are dividing by -7, we will get 3 lambda upon -7. Simply divide to numerator and denominator by -7, we will get this result. Here coefficient of y is equals to 1, so not necessary to simplify it, keep it as it is. Here coefficient of z is -1. To convert it into +1, we are multiplying to numerator and denominator by minus. Multiply to numerator by minus. What will get here? Z. And here we will get -6. Simply multiply by minus. So multiply to denominator also by minus. Now coefficients of x, y, z are 1. So we can say that values in the denominator are what? Direction ratios. So therefore direction ratios of this line are, so what are the direction ratio? 3 lambda upon -7, 1 -5. That is, let us simplify it. Here also, to eliminate this -7 from the denominator, multiply both sides by what? -7. So here we will get 3 lambda. If I am multiplying here by -7, we will get -7. And if I am multiplying here by -7, we will get 35. Denote these values by A2, B2, C2. These are the direction ratio of second line. I am denoting it by A2, B2, C2. Now direction ratio of both the lines are known to us. Since the lines are perpendicular, so therefore direction ratio satisfies this condition. So since lines are perpendicular, that's why we can say that A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 will be equals to 0. Now substitute the value. This is A1 means -21 into A2. A2 is this one. This value. So -21 into 3 lambda. So A1 A2. Now B1 B2 plus B1 B2. B1 is what? 2 lambda into B2. B2 is how much? 1. Plus C1 C2. C1 is equals to 14, and here we will get here this is the value of what? B2, that is -7, and C1 is equals to what? 14, and C2 is equal to 35. Is equals to 0, keep it as it is, keep this side as it is. Just we have substituted A1 B1 C1 and A2 B2 C2. Already these values are known to us. Now remaining part is calculation part. But if you observe all the terms, first term, this second term and this third term, all the terms are divisible by what? 7. So I am dividing both sides by 7. If I am dividing here by 7, here remaining term is -3 into 3 lambda. Plus 2 lambda, keep it as it is. If I am dividing here by 7, here we will get -1. If I am dividing here by 7, we will get 2 into 35, keep it as it is. Just simply this result we have got, dividing both sides by what? 7. So here -9 lambda, and here we will get -2 lambda, and here 2 into 35 will be equals to what? 70 is equal to 0. So collect the terms of lambda. -9 -2 will be equals to 11 lambda is equal to plus 70 on this side will become minus 70, which implies that lambda is equal to this minus 11 will get divided on this side. So minus 70 divided by minus 11 will be 70 upon 11. Minus minus will get cancelled, and in this way we have got our required unknown value. Which value? Lambda, isn't it? So hope the idea about how to solve this equation is clear, how to solve such type of example is clear. If the equation is not given in standard form, at that time means symmetric form, such type of representation is called as what? Equation of line in symmetric form. In symmetric form, coefficient of x, y, z should be equals to 1. So first convert the given equation of line in this form, then find out direction ratios and find out required value. This method we have to use in case we have to find out what? Direction ratios of the line. Now see in the example number 12th, equation of two lines are given to us, and using this we have to find out acute angle between two lines. Now we have one formula to find out acute angle between two lines if their direction ratios are known to us. What is that formula? A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 divided by under root A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into under root A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. Means to apply this formula we will require what? Direction ratio of two lines. So in the last example also we have seen how to find out the direction ratio. Here equation of both the lines are given to us, and if you'll observe here, coefficient of xyz in both the equations are what? 1. So directly we can say that values in the denominator are nothing but what? Direction ratios. So let us try to find out direction ratio of first line. So direction ratios of line first are, what are the direction ratio? 1, minus 1, 2. Let us denote this direction ratio by A1 B1 C1. Let us denote it say by A1 B1 C1. And direction ratios of line second are, let us try to find out direction ratio of second line, that is 2 1 1. Denote this direction ratio by A2 B2 C2. Let us denote it say by A2 B2 C2. So direction ratio of both the lines are known to us. We are denoting the acute angle between these two lines say by theta. So if theta is the acute angle between these two lines, then this formula is applicable to find out angle between the lines. Remaining part is just to substitute the values. So A1 A2 means 1 into 2. So here we will get 1 into 2 plus B1 B2 means minus 1 into 1. So minus 1 into 1 plus C1 C2 means 2 into 1. 2 into 1 divided by under root A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square means 1 square plus minus 1 square plus 2 square into under root now A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square means 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. So which is equal to, here we will get 2. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 2 ones are 2. In the denominator we will get here 4 plus 1 plus 1 means root 6, and here 4 plus 1 plus 1 will be equals to what? Root 6. Let us simplify the numerator here. 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is how much? 3, and in the denominator root 6 into root 6 will be equals to 6. Means what result we are getting here? Cos theta is equals to 6 upon 3 upon 6 means will be equals to 1 by 2, and mod of plus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So this implies that theta will be equals to, when the value of cos will be equals to plus 1 by 2, if theta is equal to 60 degree. Means here we can say that theta is equal to 60 degree. So means we can say that therefore angle between the lines, angle between the given lines is how much? 60 degree, or we can say that acute angle between the given lines, acute angle between the given lines is how much? 60 degree. See, in the example number 13th also, equation of two lines are given to us and question is to find out acute angle between these two lines. So first consider the equation of first line. So first we are trying to write down this equation in symmetric form. So that is here x minus x1. x1 is not given, means here value of x1 is 0. In the denominator nothing is there, means 1 is there. So here also this can be written as y upon 1 and z is equal to 0. If we are separating some term, its meaning is that your denominator is what? 0. 0 either आके इधर divided होगा, isn't it? That's why we are not writing 0 in the denominator. That's why we are writing the equation in such form. Means what are the direction ratio of first line? 1, 1, 0. Now observe the second equation of line. Let us denote this equation say by equation number first. Now if you will observe the equation second, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. This is the equation of what? Z-axis, because we know that if point lies on Z-axis, at that time x coordinate and y coordinate are what? 0. And if x is equal to 0 and y is also equals to 0, means definitely it is the equation of what? Z-axis. That's why I am writing here that is Z-axis. Okay, means this is the equation of z-axis. Let us denote this equation say by equation number 2. Now equation of both the lines are already given, just we have written first equation in standard form. Now we are trying to find out direction ratios of both the line. So therefore direction ratios of line first are, what are the direction ratio? 1, 1, 0. 1 r 1, 1, 0. Denote this direction ratio by A1, B1, C1. Let us denote it say by A1, B1, C1. And direction ratios of line second R. If you will observe here, second line is what? Z-axis, and already we know that direction ratio of Z-axis are what? 0, 0, 1. So direction ratios of Z-axis are 0, 0, 1. Let us denote it by A2, B2, C2. All these result that direction ratio of x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, how to find out this direction ratio, that part already we have discussed in vectors when we have studied about direction ratios and direction cosines. Well, direction ratio of z-axis are also known to us, means direction ratio of second line is also known to us. Once the direction ratio of both the lines are known to us, apply this formula to find out angle between the lines. Now substitute the value. A1, A2 means 1 into 0. So 1 into 0 plus B1, B2 means 1 into 0. 1 into 0 plus C1, C2 means 0 into 1 divided by in this case, what are the direction ratios? 1, 1, 0, yes, 1, 1, 0, and here 0, 0, 1, because it is x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 means z-axis. In the denominator also substitute these values. What we'll get here? 1 square plus 1 square plus C1 is how much here? 0. So 0 square into, again what we'll get here? 0 square plus 0 square plus 1 square. Just substitute the value of A2, B2, C2. So in the numerator, check that we are getting 0. So here also we are getting 0, 0, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. Here we will get root 2 and here we will get root 1. So which is equal to 0 divided by any number is 0. Means cos theta is equal to 0 implies that theta is equals to what? 90 degree. Means we can say that these two lines are what? Perpendicular to each other. In this way we have got the angle between these two lines. That these two lines are what? Perpendicular to each other. So one small correction is there. While copying this example, instead of z is equal to 0, I have copied here y is equal to 0. But this example, this solution which you have got is according to what? This equation, that y is equal to 0 means according to what? Z-axis. But now as this stand, the example is what here? X is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. So make the correction here. So x is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. It is the equation of what? Y-axis. And since it is the equation of y-axis, so here direction ratio of y-axis are 0, 1, 0. So let us substitute this value in this formula. So 1 into 0, here we will get 1 into 1, and lastly we will get 0 into 0. So here also what we'll get, 1 square plus 1 square plus 0 square, and in the second equation 0 square plus 1 square plus 0 square. So which is equals to, here we will get 1 in the numerator, 0 plus 1 plus 0 will be equals to 1, and in the denominator here we'll get root 2 and here we'll get 1. So which is equal to 1 upon, what is square root of 1? 1. 1 into root 2 is how much? Root 2. So here cos theta is equals to 1 by root 2 implies that what? Theta is equals to 45 degree. Means we can say that angle between given two lines is equals to 45 degree. Hope you have got the correction also. Last example is also correct one, which we have considered here, y is equal to 0. At that time definitely given two lines are perpendicular. Like in textbooks mein here instead of y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 is there. So observe the example number 14th, which is very similar to the example number 13th. Equation of two lines are given to us here. Only in the last example here plus y is there, that plus y has been replaced by what? Minus y. So here we have considered minus y. So to make the coefficient of y is equal to plus 1, I am dividing to numerator and denominator by minus 1. And this is the equation of what? Second line, which is nothing but y-axis, since x and z are equal to 0. So what are the direction ratio of line first? 1, minus 1, 0, and direction ratio of y-axis are 0, 1, 0. Means direction ratio of both the lines are known to us. Apply the same formula here. Again according to this formula, a1, a2 means 1 into 0, b1, b2 means minus 1 into plus 1. So here we'll get minus 1 into plus 1, and lastly 0 into 0, that c1 c2 is 0 into 0. Substitute these values in the denominator. A1 square, what is a1 square? 1 square, plus b1 square, b1 is minus 1, and c1 is equal to 0. In the denominator 0, 1, 0 is there, means 0 square plus 1 square plus 0 square. Now remaining part is calculation part. Here we'll get 0, here we'll get 0, here we'll get minus 1. In the denominator here we'll get root 2 and here we'll get root 1. What is the value of root 1? 1. 1 into root 2 is root 2. In the numerator minus, keep it as it is. If we are taking mod of minus 1 by root 2, so it will be equals to plus 1 by root 2, which implies that theta is equals to 45 degree. Means we can say that therefore angle between the lines is how much? 45 degree. So in this way, applying this formula, we are finding acute angle between two lines.